Hey guys, and welcome back to Small Town Life. Glad you're tuning back in. Now let's start on our new little subsection dedicated to personal development. I said before, I wanted to talk about my goals. So, the topic of today, my goals for 2025. So, let's get into it. Let's start off with why we should make goals. Well, if you don't know what you're aiming for, how do you expect to actually hit it? Exactly. So the first important step is to write it on paper. Now it's a declaration. It's easier to remember and it helps with tracking. So we want to help show you guys how to best achieve your goals by making SMART goals. This was a reliable system for setting goals that's worked for me over the many years, and I want to pass that knowledge off to you. Starting off with specific. Is it clearly understandable what you want to achieve, or is it so vague that nobody will know what you're trying to achieve, including yourself? That's a problem. Next, we have measurable, because we want to make sure that our goals are trackable. This will help us to see if we are needing to make any adjustments along the way, or if we are still on course to keep on going and go strong. Following up is obtainable. It's good to make sure that your goals are challenging, but you also want to make sure that they are, in fact, something that is possible to be done. Coming after that, we want these goals to be realistic. What can be attainable for some may be unrealistic for others. For example, with my injuries, I will be unable to one day lift 300 pounds, even though others can with training. It's also good to prepare for any potential obstacles that can pop up at any time. Speaking of time, we want to give ourselves a timeline. Give ourselves a deadline for these goals. Don't keep pushing them off, saying that someday you're going to get to them. Give yourselves a date. Let's now take the SMART system and apply that to the first draft of my goals. Here at number one, I have written down no more credit card debt, which sounds like, an awesome type of goal and everything else, but it's kind of wishy-washy. It doesn't make you really want to feel motivated to start the day. So let's change that up a little bit. Here we're going to make it sound a little bit more positive. Because let's face it, we got enough financial burdens wearing us down. We want something to look forward to in the day. So let's rewrite these so that we have a more positive outlook and to use our SMART system while making it all work out. So once again, we want it to be specific. We want the goal to be measurable, obtainable, realistic, and with a proper timeline. Timeline part will be easy because it is a year's goal. So there, we got a timeline for the end of the year. So let's start off. We want to say that we're going to be doing accomplishment of something financially, but we want to look at something that's more than just a debt. So we want to look at what we will want to earn, but not as paying something off, but more as something that we can look forward to. So let's take the original number you're thinking of and let's add in some extra so that it can be something to look forward to. So let's say I'm going to put down 30K, and that will go towards having a family trip that we've been talking about with my family here, that we wanted to go and maybe do a nice little trip to Banff, possibly for Christmas. And it sounded like something that we wanted to do. And that sounds a lot better than saying, oh, I have to pay off credit card debt. Let's face it, it sounds a lot nicer to want to go on a family vacation, something to look forward to. Now, to go over again and make sure it meets all our requirements, is it specific? Yeah, I'd say it is. And is it measurable? 30 grand? Yeah, that's something that can be done. Is it obtainable? There's lots of ways to earn money, and I can realistically earn that amount of money for the timeline, which is at the end of the year. So, yes, as a year's goal, this would be considered a decent SMART goal. So, let's go on to number two. So if we look to what I have written here, I want to improve my reading comprehension of Korean and speaking with my family in Korean in more than just simple basic commands. So let's see how this measures up. So is it specific? To a degree, it's fairly specific. Is it measurable? It's kind of hard to say. So how do I want to improve my reading comprehension? It's kind of hard to go along with. But if we go into, want to speak more than just basic commands, it's up there. Is it obtainable? This is an easily obtainable goal and it is realistic. And I can have a timeline because I have a year to do this. So the first draft of it was actually pretty decent. Don't need to rewrite it at this time. And I think it's good enough for right now. While I was rushing through the first two goals, I forgot to mention that we want to transform some of these goals into clear sets of actionable steps and using the resources that we got to help with this. So with my language goal, I use Duolingo myself, but there are lots of other apps out there. I've liked this one because I can use it to monitor my progress going towards my goal of being able to read Korean as well as speaking it and understanding with what I do with my family. I am not here to say go use Duolingo because you know what? That's just what I use. I'm saying find what works for you and use that. I also get to join in with watching my kids watch their TV shows and nursery rhymes and all that stuff. And it's a fun way to learn how to listen to it and how to try to speak it. Moving on now to our third goal to flatten my gut back down, no longer letting it hanging out. So, to me, this makes sense, but I want to have others be able to help hold me accountable. So, let us show what I mean by this in a way that is more specific. Feast your eyes on the amazing dad bod physique that I am now sporting. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is not what I want to have anymore. What I want is as if I am sucked in a little bit, not too much, just enough. Still easily attainable. So let's whip out the measuring tape and go figure out the measurements here. So the reason why I'm not putting down a weight goal is because I've been struggling for a long time to actually gain weight, and my wife and I are very proud that I have finally gotten my weight up to what I want it to be. So all I want to do is adjust the part that is, well, making me feel like I'm standing out a little bit. So let's take a look at what I'm looking at with at the beginning. We are looking at about 43.5 inches. Next, we're going to try and get a record of what the ideal measurement is of the tucked in nice and firm like that. That's what we want. Not so much sticking out. So let's find out what that measurement is with it all tucked in. So part of my action steps, I will be doing a lot of abdominal strengthening that my wife has gloriously been volunteered to join in me with. And we will be working together as a way to focusing on getting our abdominals core strength back. And oh, look at this. We are looking at about 38 inches. I thought it was going to be a lot more than that, so that's nice. Moving on forward, we can now make a very specific goal with the measurements we just took, having now completed the first two parts of SMART, specific and measurable. And I have also briefly talked about the action plan because it was my failure of doing such actions in the first place that led me to have this issue in the first place. I was just getting a little lazy, I can admit that. But I want to move forward, I want to do better, I want to be able to have more energy to play with my kids. And because I want to be a positive role model for my kids, I will even take the accountability of my lack of activities that got me in the mess in the first place. So let's go over this again. The goal, it is specific, it is measurable, showing very clearly the measurement I am at to what I want to achieve. This is something that is attainable and it is a realistic goal. And I have, once again, plenty of time for the year to reach this goal. I just need to simply follow the action plans I want to do, go along with the support I got, and there's no reason I can't obtain this. Finally, on to the final goal on the list. Here we have figure out my own niche and to create a YouTube channel with content. And ta-da! With this video, I have now completed a goal on my list. It is done. It was specific. It was measurable. I just obtained it. Look at that. It is realistic, and the timeline, well, I beat the timeline because it's been done less than a year, so that's check marks all around, guys. I'm going to give myself a very big pat on my back because I've earned it. Better than I earned that star. Oh my goodness, let's try that again. Dyslexics at best. Yay! I have done it, guys. Now you have learned how to make your own SMART goals. I don't think there's any reason why you guys can't do the exact same thing for yourself. In fact, we want to see and celebrate you going forth and making your own goals and achieving them. And that is why I also want to make this channel, guys, because I want to see you go out there and improve your lives because let's face it, life is a lot more fun when you have people to help encourage you to do better. So I hope you also will share with your progress with your goals, and let's do this together. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in to Small Town Life, special edition with personal development in mind. I would like to be able to make more of these kinds of side videos, but they'll be a little bit more of a side project, and it's fun trying to do the narration voiceover bit. I think I'll wait until I get a better mic before I attempt that again. But it was still a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, I'd like to give a big thanks to somebody who helped inspire me to finally get off my butt. Do this myself. Do you also like somebody who has ADHD, lives in a small town, makes amazing food to impress their wife for date nights? Please go ahead and check out Cooking with Joel, link in the description below. And the way I'd like to summarize the development videos that I'll be doing is passing on something that we do in our own household with my kids. And, some days we just get dragged down. We have everything to complain about, but we sometimes overlook the things that we can be thankful for. In our house, we do, usually before bedtime or just when we're feeling down low, 3 thankful things. So I'd like to end these videos with 3 things I'm thankful for. First off, I'm thankful that I have the love and support of my friends and family who not only boost me up when I'm not doing too good with things or need help, but also help hold me accountable for my actions. Second, I want to be thankful for the equipment that I do have, so I'm actually able to do these videos because, that's kind of a big thing there. And last of all, I want to be thankful for being blessed for living in beautiful BC, especially here on the Sunshine Coast. It's just gorgeous, guys. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and we'll see you in the next one.